यहाँ पे आए हैं. All right, Dharmesh, Shiv, wow. Come on, guys, come on, quick, quick. Those who are videos are on, can give me thumbs up. How many of you have played Garba and tired and यार सर ने सुबह सुबह वेबिनार रख दिया है, but you know what? Let me tell you, the energy which you have had yesterday night in the Garba night, I will make sure that the energy is doubled or tripled or probably quadrupled in today's session. Right? We always have candidates pan India, and it's always my pleasure to host every single person, every single aspiring investment banker into this webinar. So people, right, you must be little tired because of Garba and all of this. So just sit back and relax. बहुत ज्यादा एंजाइटी में मत रहना, मुझे नोट्स निकालने करने, रिलैक्स. Everything you'll get an idea about everything as and when we progress. We already have 340 participants. Us 10 people are in the waiting room, and it's amazing to see this kind of energy in the crowd. So before we go ahead, before I let you know what is it all about, how we are going to proceed and things like that, quickly tell me everyone, quickly. Yes, and don't worry, the entire webinar is going to be primarily in English language. So what I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is please tell me, to start with, please tell me which city are you from? I am from Mumbai. Where are you from? Delhi, Aligarh, Pune, Bangalore, Kerala, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, USA. Okay, nice. Bangalore, Nagpur, Haryana, Amritsar, Gandhinagar, Agra, Baramati, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Prayagraj, Guwahati, Kolkata, Nasik, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Balaghat, Bhubaneswar, Himachal, Gujarat, lovely Vijayawada, Kalyan, Kalipuri, Ajmer, Belgaum, Kota, Mumbai, Jalna, Lucknow, Chandigarh, Goa, Madurai, Kalyan, Salem, Chhattisgarh, Singapore. Wow, Nikhil, welcome. Coimbatore, Dehradun, Shillong, Patiala, Tirupati, Patiala again, Balaghat, wow, Thane, Chapra, Pudukoti, Balaghat, Bangalore, Salem, Dhanbad, Bangkok. Wow, Akshay, welcome. We have international audiences as well. Please help me welcome them. Cuttack, Bangalore. All, yeah, Akash. I feel all Indians, all nationalities, and Mirzapur. Wow. Mohali, Kurnul, Shamli. Lovely. I think we have already crossed about 50 plus audience, right? And now I'm putting it on the direct mode so that you don't interact with each other and so on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. तहे दिल से मैं आपको वेलकम करता हूँ in this entire process. And let me promise you something. I'm Prathamesh Welling. I'm a founder and director of this institution, which is Magic Institute of Excellence. We are based out of Mumbai. We are in the field of management education, certification programs, and much more. The flagship is all about making people understand and taking people to the next level and guiding them to become investment bankers. Because more than 10,000 of openings are there for freshers, for experienced people, and so on and so forth. So we want to drive this entire thing to make people understand how they can take this thing ahead. Before that, we started this institution 5 years back. Today, we have touched upon more than 30,000 plus students across 65 cities. Right? So COVID came across, basically gave us a different platform altogether, and we used to always have an offline workshop session. Of course, वो एक मजा ही अलग है. लेकिन एक time के बाद, when the COVID take over and sort of everything went online, it was brilliant. So we could take this knowledge and take it to the level where actually students can be helped upon with the high-end knowledge, experiential learning, and a wonderful, exhilarating experience as we proceeded. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to make you a promise. And the promise is, you have decided to spend 90 to 100 minutes with us, around about 2 hours starting today. Let me promise you something. एक minute भी, not even one single minute will be waste. We will be providing you 10x value of the time that you have given. Webinar is free. You have not paid us anything, but we feel that we are responsible because I am asking for those 2 hours from your life. And 2 hours is a good amount of percentage which you are talking about. So 2 hours which you have decided to spend with us, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all and help you understand one thing, that I promise you that it's gonna be a fantastic, wonderful experience, full of knowledge, full of experience, and full of opportunities for you guys to explore from whichever city you are in. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have, can I see the little more energy in the classroom? Type E in the chat window, everyone. Let me see. यहाँ पे एक बंदा है, and we have about 350, 358 student on the other side. It's wonderful to see you guys here on a Sunday morning. क्या बात है, क्या बात है. What an energy. What an energy, guys. It's amazing to see. Let me tell you a very simple thing, right? Before I, in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to get right into the session. एक सेशन को बेहतरीन बनाने के लिए, right, we need participants and not the spectators. Participants and not the spectators. What do I mean by that? Give me just a minute to explain you guys. Right, assuming India-Pakistan match is going on, right? Assuming India-Pakistan match is going on, and Virat Kohli on the other hand comes and hit a six, right? He comes and hit a six, and then audience start shouting about it. Wow, maza aa gaya, it was so amazing, stuff like that. And audience started talking about it. And now Pakistani players who are at that end, right, who are bowlers, who are batsmen, and so on. One of the captain, I mean, the captain walks down to the bowler and tell him that don't bowl in this category to Virat Kohli. Bowl a bouncer or probably bowl some other kind of a ball. Now, what I want to ask you, audience वहां पे चिल्ला रही है, हल्ला गुल्ला कर रही है. Do you really think that has changed Virat Kohli, or that has changed the bowlers, or that has changed the players? Or that person, that captain who has actually walked to the bowler and told him, yahan pe nahi, yahan pe ball dal, don't ball here to this guy because this is strength area. That is what can probably create a change. Ladies and gentlemen, the audience which are chillifying there, which are having a nice fun time, are spectators. उनसे गेम में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. फर्क उनसे पड़ता है जो अंदर की स्ट्रैटेजी बना रहे हैं. What I want from you guys today is to participate in the game, because that is what is going to change your life. That is what is going to help you choose a new direction into your careers and much more into various fields, predominantly today in the field of investment banking, hedge funds, and so on. Please grant me a permission to start the session. Everyone, PG in the chat window. Permission granted. क्योंकि मुझे हमेशा से ये लगता है कि आपको मेरे जैसे स्पीकर्स मिल जाएंगे, right? You will find good quality speakers in India, but it's very difficult to find good audiences. And I'm so glad that on a Sunday morning, I'm facing audience who is highly energetic, 361 participants, they're still joining, and it's so amazing to know about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we start. The webinar of today is going to be divided into 4 parts. Please listen to me very carefully. The webinar is going to be in 4 parts. Part number 1 is the introduction and welcoming and the greeting, which I've already done. And now I'll pass it on to the keynote speaker for today. Number 2, that is the part 2, the part B of the webinar, this is the part where the keynote speaker is going to take you through every single nitty-gritties about what is investment banking, what are the functions of investment banking, what are the trade process of investment banking, how you actually go ahead and develop the skill set to have a brilliant career in investment banking, and so on and so forth. So he's going to talk a lot of technical aspect and give your career a different dimension altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 things you need to remember. Number 1, there are 10,000 plus jobs available for freshers. There are 20,000 plus jobs available for experienced people in this domain. And number 2, it's one of the highest paying top 10 careers in the world, right? So I think everyone is looking for that paisa, money, which we want to fulfill our dreams for. This is going to be the career. So the keynote speaker is going to talk every single detail about it. And I want you guys to be 100% attentive in this process, right? Keep your video on, take notes, and so on and so forth. Number 3 is we have a surprise element for all of you, right? So where we will we will help you understand about how you can actually go ahead and build a career in investment banking through hand holding and a mentorship program. And part 4 is where I will come back, and that is where all the participants who have attended it till the last, right, will have to go through a small assessment test to gain the certificate of participation, right? So you have attended, you have spent 2 hours of your life, you have not spent, I feel more than the money, the time is more important. Hence, I take this session free of cost. I want to reach out to maximum people. तो 50 रुपए 100 रुपए 200 रुपए लेके कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला, right? I want to reach out to maximum student and empower them about how they can transform their career at this point of time. So the part 4 will be all about a small test, which is a 10 question, 10-minute test. We want to see how much you are attentive. And then towards the end of the test, once you finish that, you submit it and you will get your participation certificate in next 3 to 4 days. You can use that on your resume, you can use that on your social media, you can use that on a LinkedIn profile, and so on and so forth. We are a brand in the market. Investment banks knows us. Almost every single investment bank is aware of Magic Institute of Excellence, and they will appreciate your participation and knowledge as well in this entire domain. So 2 hours, and at the end of the day, you have a nice participant certificate as part of a reward given to you in the next 3 to 4 days. It will be in your inbox. Ladies and gentlemen, is that 100% clear? Type C in the chat window. Whatever I'm saying, is it clear? Okay, now couple of announcements. Number one, the session is gonna be in English. There will be some Desi Tadka, which will anyways come in picture of a little bit of Hindi, a little bit of Marathi, but primarily the session would be in English language so that it's a business language. Clear? Number two, you're not going to get a recording of this session. So please don't ask me this question again. You will not get the recordings. You are not going to get the PPT. Whatever is happening is live in front of you. So make notes and get the best out of this session. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now I take you to the next part of the session, which is where we are trying to talk about detail about investment banking. So 12 years back, I met a guy during my MBA days. 12 years back, I met a guy during my MBA days in washroom, right? And from there, we became very good friends, right? In the first year of MBA, we were together. We have won several prizes for our institution, documentary making, case study competition, intrapreneurship, God knows what. Both of us were extremely active in the spray of our MBA and became very good friends with our entire group and so on. Then I went for marketing and he went for finance. I'm an engineer, MBA, marketing, masters in economics and masters in psychology. I took analytics route, and this guy took the investment banking route, right? So about after 10 years of experience in the investment bank, we thought, yaar, kuch alag karte hain. Let's do something different. Let's add some value to people, rather than just talking about salaries and increments and stuff like that. And both of us came together after 10 years and started this institution called Magic Institute of Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, dil tham ke baithiega. I'm going to invite the keynote speaker for today. Ex-investment banker, have experience of more than 10 years. Not only that, but one of the pioneer person who has actually bought the processes from China and Hong Kong in India and helped India to set up these processes at the back end. He's a trainer, he's a mentor, he's a coach. He has read more than 200 self-help books. He's a guy with full of technical knowledge, wisdom. He is a derivative trader. He's a stock market trader. He's amazing at it. And not only that, at the end of the day, today, you will be shocked to know that he is the #1 investment banking coach of India, who has trained more than 12,000 investment banking students and have helped them placement in the industry. So the industry, half of the population, as we go ahead, we want maximum people to be from our institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please give me and help me to welcome with a round of applause none other than a very good friend of mine, ex-investment banker, strategist, wisdom, and with lot of knowledge, none other than Mr. Vishal Bhojani. Vishal, over to you.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Vishal Bhojani. As Prathamesh introduced me, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Let's kickstart, guys, today's session. So before that, I just wanted to ask you guys, how are you all? Okay, Varun is writing good. Someone is writing me Majama. We have people from Gujarat also. Fine, great, amazing, good. Fine, great, amazing, good. Guys, कोई और डिक्शनरी के वर्ड्स होने चाहिए ना. Extremely good. Wow, amazing. I love that creativity. I'm doing good, Varun. Thank you so much. Glad you asked it. Fantastic. Someone is writing. Try to use some different words. Feeling energetic today after listening to Prathamesh. Wow, Prathamesh, you have feedback. Jakas, marvelous. Wow, I'll see. I'm glad. Great. Super. Excited. Waiting for knowledge. Wonderful. Fantabulous. Working to be perfect. All right, great. So I have a small request, and I do every time this, and you have to follow it. At least most of you guys. Can I see you? At least my one window should be full. Someone is writing top of the world, fully loaded with energy. See, it doesn't matter how you look. और मुझे नहीं पता चलेगा that whether you have taken bath or not. It's a Sunday morning. Who takes bath? So it's okay. See, Nikhil is laughing. Empowered. Hi Vivek, hi Rajat, hi Ankit, hi Ria, hi Devilal, hi Mokshit, how you guys are doing? Hi Prachi. I'm able to see so much faces now. Hi Punita, hi Pramod, hi Sakshi, Varun, hi Oppo, hi Ganesh, hi Priya. Every time I have this common student in my all lectures and name is Oppo. So hi Ajay, hi Shaikh, hi Ritik, hi Niklesh. Good to see you guys. Good to see you on a Sunday morning. With this, I kickstart my session. I on my videos. Am I audible? Am I visible? Give me a thumbs up, maybe on chats. And people who are not able to switch on your video, at least give me a thumbs up on the chat. At least give me some energy on the chat, guys. Okay, great, Divyanshu. Great, guys. Good. Let's start this one of the most important, one of the most critical and difficult and most challenging topics of finance, and that is how to become an investment banker and what are the 6-step strategies to become an investment banker. You have 90 minutes with me. Make sure you guys make ample notes. Trust me, after 90 minutes you'll tell yourself, wow. And that is my promise. You just have to give, or as Pratham has said, you just have to invest not your money but your 90 minutes with us. Okay, let's kickstart. So before I switch to my PowerPoint presentation, which is very technical and very amazing, I just wanted to ask you guys something. Most of your graduates, some of you are undergraduates, some of you might have done your MBA, some of you might are thinking to do your MBA, and some of you are already in MBA, CAs, engineering, BSc IT, BAF, BCom, BMS, and whatnot. Have I missed anything? Just type it on the chat. So you might be from different backgrounds, and I'm glad. And all of you are from different cities. I was just reading the chats when you guys were telling to Prathamesh, and it is so diverse. And this online platform has given us this to have the access. CA pursuing, Shivam says, okay, perfect. CA. Now coming back to when I did my 10th standard, and after 10th standard, I was thrown with 3 important options. I hope English is fine with everyone, most of you. Vinay, Karthik, everyone, Ganesh. Okay, great. So I finished my 10th standard and I was thrown 3 questions on my face from my family members and people around me. Arts. What is the another one? Science. And what is the third one? See, Vallavi is laughing. Commerce. We were thrown these questions. I was the one. Who was the one who was thrown these questions? Are you the one? You can raise your hand, the people with video. Yes, sir, I am maybe wohi hu. Sir, I am that one. All right. So many of you. And then someone told me that I think you should go for commerce and you should not go for this, go for that, go for this. And that's how most of our career starts. But in that 5 years of journey, we have not added any skill, we have not added any knowledge. And then we maybe move ahead with an MBA. And then we land across that what is the career which I want to make in finance? Now ask yourself, all 387 of you, I want to see your videos, most of you. Don't switch off it, guys. Keep your videos on. I want to ask all 387 of you two questions. Number one, do you really want to make your career into core finance, where you're working into research, capital market, investments, portfolio, mutual funds, hedge funds? Do you want to get into this core finance Saturday, Sunday off, maybe later on study about cryptos, get into the investment side? Do you want to get into all these terminologies? Pranchu is saying 101%. Ithraj is saying yes. Second question. Now, if I get a yes, I'll be shocked. Second question. As a finance student, will you work for a sales profile? Will you look at Faisal? No, sir. What the hell? I'm leaving the webinar. What are you saying? See, I'm getting so no, 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 no. And I buy your no. 10 years back, 12 years back, I think 2010, when I did my MBA with Prathamesh, he took marketing, I took finance. My college told me that there are sales profile only. And how many of you may be doing MBA or graduates, maybe your college has told you that you will get only sales profile? Do you think this is the problem which we all are facing? If I want to do sales, I'll go for marketing. Why the hell I'll go for finance? So I take your point. I take your point, guys. Great, Darshana. I take your point. If not sales, if you want to get into core finance, what all things are important for you to get ready for the world of investment banking, hedge fund? And to cut short this, you can easily get a job with a decent package pan India. Even if you are from a small city in India, you can still apply jobs in metro cities. And I will prove it with stats. I'll prove it with numbers, and I will show you a proper career path, how you can get into the field of investment banking with 6-step strategies. During this webinar, and I'm sure that you guys have attended many webinars where people motivate you, but I'm not the one who will motivate you. So I want to ask one thing to you guys last before I kickstart the PPT. In this next 90 minutes, do you want to hear something which can make you feel good, or do you want to listen to the truth? At times we would love that, sir, aisa kuch, talk something which can make us feel good. I will talk, I will motivate. Yes, you can get 20 lakh package, 50 lakh package, but I'm not the college. I will talk truth, what all things are there in the industry right now, and what all things you need to make sure. With this, I start my PowerPoint presentation, and you have to give me a green light, any one of you, on the videos quickly, that you can see it. Raju, can you see it? Shiv? Okay, thank you, Faisal. Okay, let's start. Now just tell me, can you see history of investment banking, Faisal? Or Raju or Shiv? Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll take few questions in the end, so make sure you pay attention. And we are at the stroke of hitting 400, guys. So let's see, in next few minutes we will. So history of investment banking. So while before I just talk about history, when I did my MBA in finance 2011, I started working with a company called as JP Morgan. I hope you have heard this name. So I worked with JP Morgan. After that, I was working with SS&C, and that was a hedge fund administrator. And then I was working with BNP Paribas, which was a French bank. Got a chance to take processes from Hong Kong, from China, from Paris, from Chennai, and it was a wonderful, exhilarating experience. And since 2018, I'm associated with Magic Institute of Excellence, and I've trained more than 10,000 students, and I've given placement to more than 2,000 students pan India. So that was a gist of few introduction. Coming back to the topic, history of investment banking. Now, when you go into an investment banking, or when I ask you a question, what is investment banking? Even if you go for an interview tomorrow, the corporates might ask you, Raju, tell me what is an investment banking. Varun, tell me what is an investment. So we might, how many of you feel this? We have hit 400. So how many of you feel that, sir, I know something, but I'm not able to say? I used to face this when I was in college days. Sir, I know something, but if someone asks me a question, I'm not able to frame it. How many of you face this problem? Be honest, guys. Let's talk truth. This is a big challenge when you go for an interview and you get rejected. Even if you know something, I'm not able to frame it. So for that, you need to pay attention and learn the concepts. Hence, I'm going slow and I'm starting with history of investment banking. And that means, from where did it start? So how many of you feel that you know banking? Most of you know. I'm not able to see a few videos. Most of you know what is a banking. Amruta goes in bank, opens an account, debit card, credit card, savings account. She puts a check and all those banking services, right? That is banking. When it comes to investment banking is totally different. I'll come to what all services investment bank has, but before that, how it started. So do you remember in 1800s, United States of America was a developing country the way India is right now. It was not developed. So they wanted a lot of money, a lot of funds to build infrastructure, school, colleges, airports, museums, and what, roads, railways, everything. They wanted money, the government of United States of America. So in 1800, they wanted money. So they raised equity, they raised bonds. Now, what is a bond? Vinay, you pay me 1 crore. I pay you a fixed interest every year. And after 10 years, I return your principal back. That is bond. Come on, guys, finance student, you should know this much. A basic of loan or a bond. I take money from Vinay, I return him after 10 years. Every year I give him some interest. Beautiful. Government wanted to do that. But in 1842, when cotton market crash came, when I say cotton market is which market? Commodity market crash came. At that time, people like Karthik, Vinay, Prachi, Amruta, they all started losing trust on government, because government was not able to return money because of the crash. And this whole event scenario gave a birth to one of the most dynamic career, one of the most dynamic segment into the field of investment banking, and the most sophisticated, and that is investment bank. What does investment bank does? So investment bank like Rothschild started creating a restructuring plan so that government returns the money to people like Karthik, Vinay, Amruta. So they ensured trust. And after 1842 event, government returned the money because of investment banks. Those days they used to call a middleman, a broker, an entity which helps to finance transactions. They came in between. So for example, if I came in between Vinay and government, I ensured government that you need to return the money to Vinay, because tomorrow we need more people like Vinay, so that we have a strong capital market system, a strong financial market system in the world. And we are United States of America, and we are one of the strongest hubs, or we want to be one of the strongest hub in 1800s. So investment bank exists because of one rock solid word, and that is trust. In 2008, the trust was broken. Can someone tell me how and why? Which company? There was one bad incident happened in 2008. Let's talk everything, guys. 2008. Come on. I give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Very good, Akash. No, it's not Satyam. Yeah, Shafat, you're right. Housing bubble. Which company? Which investment bank? Recession. Which bank? Harsh, very good. Come on, I give you 4 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good, Shiv. Great, Darshan. It's Lehman Brothers. Very good, Sunny. Lehman Brothers. But till then, investment banks' goal is to build trust among the investors. Now let's get into what they exactly do. So these are the investment banks. We have tie-ups with all these investment banks and Indian investment banks as well. So on the left-hand side, if you see BNP Paribas, it's there in Mumbai, it's there in Bangalore, it's there in Chennai. We have Credit Suisse in Pune and Mumbai, Citi, Morgan Stanley, HSBC, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Barclays, JP Morgan. And on the right-hand side, all the Indian banks which are having a investment banking division in India. So if tomorrow Bharat says that I don't want to apply in Axis Bank, beautiful, don't apply. But can Bharat apply into the investment banking division of Axis? The answer is yes. You guys need to have that filter. You guys need to have that clarity about the career of finance. I hope it's getting inside your head, guys. So what does JP Morgan does on a smaller scale? Maybe Axis does in his own division. Yes, your goal should be to hit the left-hand side of the investment bank. The answer is yes. Which recent IPO came in India? The biggest. I give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, guys, you're a finance student. You don't want to do sales. You have to be good in technical. You should know what was the recent IPO. What is IPO? Initial public offering, a share coming for the first time into the market, into the public limited market. And that is called initial public offering. So do you think LIC would have just called National Stock Exchange or SEBI that I want to get listed? Was it too easy for them? The answer is big no. It's a compulsion. If you want to go for an IPO, if Karthik is heading LIC, Karthik has to approach an investment bank. After the lecture, be curious, guys. You are a finance student. Go on Google and type LIC space RHP, Red Handling Prospectus, and see who are the lead runners in LIC. Lead runner means which of the investment bank helped LIC to execute the initial public offering. And without the help, without my intervention as an investment bank, you cannot proceed ahead, because I'll do the valuation, I'll do the underwriting, I'll take care of everything. I'll suggest you how do you go about it. Are you guys getting little clarity between what an investment bank does and what a bank does? The major difference. Second, Karthik says, I want to sell my company. Okay, give me. I'll help you to find a buyer. Dolly says, I'm Idea. I want to merge with Vodafone. Can you help me? Yes, because Idea can't trust Vodafone. Vodafone cannot trust Idea. But can both of them trust me? Yes, because I'm the entity whom has been trusted since last 100 of years. These are my services. So how it works? I'm in between. Corporate is in need. Investor want to invest. I try to bridge the gap between both, and I offer variety of services. I can be a government. There can be a government, there can be a corporate, it can be a hedge fund. What's my job? To act like a middleman, also known as financial intermediary, who bridge the gap between investors and corporation. I perform variety of services like advisory, trading, asset management, and underwriting. My services are very complex in nature, but I help corporates to take financial decisions. I help corporates to take financial decisions. That's my job. And this industry is growing at a very faster rate. Yesterday, I was taking a fintech webinar on in DY Patil. So over there were a lot of fintech experts from NSC, and they were like, they use heavily fintech into the field of investment banking. They use so much of automation, so much of software, and they need minds. They need people who have knowledge about the field of investment banking and various financial products. So they can help Udyan, maybe if he wants to attract new investors. Maybe Bharat is saying, sir, my company is at the second stage. Can I get your advice? Yes. Shiva says, I want to go for an IPO. Can investment bank help? Yes. Dolly says, I want to acquire a company. Someone else says, Shivam says, I want to buy or sell company. I want to list on stock market. Then maybe Akash Chavan says that investment bank, I want to raise 50 crores, but not through IPO, but through a private equity. Is that possible? The answer is yes. So you raise money privately. So these are the terms, guys, which can help you to get into the field of investment banking. And this is just a beginning. But what have we done 5 years into the world of BCom, BAF? Can I tell you what have you done or what I have done? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit all expenses. Anybody wants to smile? See, Raju smile says everything. Right, Raju? Right, Ria? Curriculums are not changing. Everything is same. Every student wants degree. 700 students registered for this. Now we have 400, 450 hoga. The another 251 degree only. Certificate ke liye aate. But nobody wants to upskill their skill sets. Because when maybe Shiva goes for an interview or Bharat goes for an interview, do you think they will care which degree or which college you are from? What they will care for? Tell me on the chats. Come on. What they will care for? If you are the corporate, if you are an investment bank, Dharmendra, if you are having an investment bank, you want to hire someone like Ankit or maybe Shubham, you will test my knowledge. You will test my skill. You will test my experience. You will test my general knowledge. You will test my, do I know equity or not? Do I know bond or not? Yes, Anjali is very good. Will check my communication skill. But all these things are not happening only. Neither in MBA tier 2, tier 3 colleges. I want MBA students to type a yes if you agree to me. It's not happening. So all I'm trying to tell you today, thank you, Ria, that try to pay attention because these technologies, these terminologies are difficult. But is it impossible? The answer is no. If I have made a career in this, I think you guys can also make it. So corporates help you at initial stage as well, which is called client servicing, which they only sell their analysis, forecasting, and it's more of theory. And they also help you in live transaction. So for example, if Udyan goes and says, and tells the investment bank like JP Morgan, what if I do an IPO? What will happen? And I give him a report. If you do IPO, this will happen. If you don't do, this can happen. Then Udyan says, okay, I don't want to go ahead. So it's a client servicing. He just took my feedback and he paid for that. Now he's saying, okay, I want to go for it. And that is live transaction. So I'll charge more. I'll help you in that overall process of mergers and acquisition or an initial public offering, or if you want to sell a company. Everything I'll do it for you. And when I say investment bank or hedge funds, I'll say later, these guys are not only in listed products, but they are also in OTC. Can someone tell me what is OTC? Guys, as a finance student, what is OTC? Over the, come on, guys. Very good, very good, very good. I'm getting good answers. Over the, it's over the counter. These are the trades which are called over the counter trades. When I say over the counter, which means there is no exchange, guys. When I say listed, which means tomorrow Dolly goes and buys Reliance or HDFC Bank shares through NSE or BSE through any broker like Zerodha, that is, she bought a listed share. But if I'm saying I'm going in India, we are not allowed to buy unlisted security, but in US, UK, Japan, and if you're working for a Nomura, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, you'll not have only Indian clients, but you'll have clients across the globe. So they might trade into securities which are not listed only, which are OTC, which are like something like cryptos. So all these things they are into, and they're very dynamic in nature. So these are the top 5 services which they have: underwriting, mergers, acquisitions, trading, sales, corporate broking, asset management services, and research. This sales has nothing to do with the sales which you are scared of. This is the different thing which front office part B does it. That is relationship building with other investment banks. Underwriting is a process through which they do the IPO and they underwrite the shares. Mergers and acquisition, 2 companies getting merged or a big acquiring a small. Trading, corporate booking, asset management services, research. Underwriting is having the maximum job profiles for freshers. If you are a graduate, you can enter even if you're a fresher. If you are an MBA finance from any college in the India, you can still opt for it, because these investment banks, these hedge fund don't care what is your background. They just care how are you performing in that 10-20 minutes of interview. All you have to do is prepare for that. So these are the top 5 services. Top 5 investment bank which one should try hitting for. Maybe if not your first job, it should be your second job. So one of this should be your dream companies in next 5 years. Goldman Sachs, everybody has their own peculiarities, own speciality. They are one of the leading management institutional clients. It's a bank where someone can trust you blindly. JP Morgan, they have the largest clients in the world. They are into masses and classes as well. Goldman is only more in classes. Citi, they are also in credit cards in India as well. I think one of you might have used Citi credit card also, or maybe your dad or brother. Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs are only pure investment bank. But Deutsche, JP Morgan, and Citibank are retail bank as well as investment bank. But if you see Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, they are purely investment bank. Are you guys getting some clarity, at least 5% in last 20 minutes? SBI is a bank of India. It's a bank in India. SBI is not an investment bank, but SBI Securities has a special small division, HSBC's investment bank, and retail as well. Some banks have a special division of investment bank, and some investment bank has a special division of retail bank also, just like JP and Deutsche and Citi has. Now, when you buy something from Amazon, maybe a shoes or maybe a t-shirt, can I say you do a filter? You put a size, you put a color, and the same thing you need to be sure for your career as well. Okay, I started today's lecture. Okay, investment banking. In investment banking, I saw top 5 investment banks. Okay, there is Indian. Okay, there is foreign investment bank which are there in India. Okay, now what are the different types of investment bank? And after this, we'll go for what are the different profiles in investment bank. Are you guys getting it? Because when a finance student, I ask where you want to work, sir, finance mein job chahiye. Where? Kuch bhi de do, sir. I just give me the finance job. Guys, this is not correct. And if I ask you, have you read Faisal? Have you read job description? Sir, it's okay. Just give me the salary. Job description. I just want to put a status, sir, that I am placed. Why? Why the game is only till putting a status? What is the job description? Will I work in equity or bond? Will my profile have derivatives or not? Those things are mentioned in a JD, which is called job description. But nobody asks these days. It's been after COVID, no one. Just give me a job, 4 lakh, sir, 3 lakh, fine. Please give me a job. Kal se aau? It's bad. I'm glad if some of you are not thinking like this, but stop it from today. Now, if some of you says, oh, I want to go into bulge bracket. So if you want to go bulge bracket investment bank, these are the investment banks, which is Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and all. These guys are brands. Brands pay you good. When I say good, for a graduate, maybe around 4 lakhs, but it's a brand. I hope you know what is a brand. When you're working for a brand, brand cannot give you 20 lakhs. You're working for a brand. That matters. Some of you might say, I'll start with a brand. Later on, I'll go 3 guna package. Some of you might say, I will start with a regional boutique. Maybe a small hedge fund. They'll pay you 7 to 8 lakhs as a fresher. And I can guarantee that. And then after 1 year, you might say, I'll go to a brand at 15 lakh. Fair. Some of my students start at 7, then go next year 15. Some of my students start at 4 with a brand, go at 15 after 2 years. So it's you have to decide. So regional boutique firms, middle market, someone between bulge bracket and regional boutique. Last but not the least, elite boutique where there are no jobs. So to be honest, these 3 in terms of jobs, because most of you have come this webinar for jobs. I know that. But don't just stay for the job, because knowledge is also important. Bulge bracket, regional boutique, middle market. This is how you target. All 3 are good. Sir, वो regional word है, उसमें bulge word है. All 3 are good. That's my All three in finance, doesn't matter whether you're working brand or not. The work is important. And that's how you'll come to know from a job description. And this is job description with no one in India will tell you in any of the webinars that if I go, sir, at 11 o'clock in the morning, what will I do? Can I say this question should arise, guys? Can I say this is a valid question? Utna hak hai ke nahi hai tumhara? Do you have that right, guys? Or you should have a right? Yes or no? So it starts with, I'll start from the left hand side. Look at this. Identifying investment banking client. There will be two teams. One trader who is only trading into stock, getting a salary. In India, the highest salary in Mumbai, investment banker gets in one of the investment banks. Recent update is 3.8 crores a year. Second highest paying job after an actor is investment bank in the world. If I talk about India, it's almost close to 4 crore salary, which is this guy who gets, of course, after 8 to 10 years of experience. I'm moving ahead from experience to freshers. And this should be your next 5-year goal. Sir, I did my BCom, I did my MBA, and now I want to settle. I get such students. How can you settle in 1 year? You have to work hard to reach this. Experience will help. Maybe international CFA will help after you get a job. Maybe a financial risk manager. I hope you know, guys, what is an FRM and a CFA. Go for it. Not now. Once you get a job, most of the investment bank company sponsors your CFA. Faisal is getting a job maybe next month in a JP Morgan or a InnoCap, which is a hedge fund. They will sponsor your CFA. As a graduate, you need to get along with this kind of knowledge. So this is front office, minimum 4 years of experience. Rest, there's red, there's green, there's purple, there's blue, there's orange. They're all for freshers. And all of my students are working in that. Working hard so that they go into the front office in next 4 years. Middle office, they support the front office. They capture the trades, they execute the trade, they validate the trade, they reconcile the trade. The number one strategy for you to become an investment banker, 70% students have become investment banker and have helped, and that is only because of this reason, and that is knowledge about financial instrument. If you want to get into middle office, back office, reference data, KYC, you need knowledge about financial instruments. When I say knowledge about financial instrument, what does that mean is you should tell me what is an equity. How does an equity work? What is ADR, GDR, IDR? How does equity work? What is EPS, earnings per share? How does the DCF valuation happens? This is, guys, you would be doing. What is a bond? How does a bond work? What is dirty price? What is clean price? Corporate actions, convertible bonds, non-convertible bonds, zero coupon bonds, masala bonds. I've just covered 2 financial instruments. Couple of investment banks are having more than 350 financial instruments in their company. 350. Just imagine, there is options, there is futures, there is swaps. Have you heard about it? Futures, forwards, options, call, put, swaps, cross currency swap, interest rate swap, credit default swap, total return swap. This is finance, where there are maximum jobs right now available. There are no jobs available in banking or insurance. Do sales then. Do real estate sales. If you want to get into research, corporate action, this is what you need to learn. And this is the bigger truth. Back office, trade confirmation, settlements. Any share gets settled, T+2, T+3. I hope in India, what we follow T+2, sooner we're going to be T+1. China is T+1. What is this T+1? If Shlok buys a trade today, in his Demat account, it will take 1 or 2 days to settle. Are you getting it? So if Faisal is working in front office, he buys the trade, something happens in that equity trade, Shiv helps Faisal, because he's in working in middle office. After 2 days, Shlok tells Shiv that there's some problem in settlements as well, and that's how the team. इसमें dividend नहीं आया, इसमें ये नहीं हुआ, इसमें corporate actions नहीं है, bonus share, split of share, and you'll not have one trade. You'll have more than 10,000 trades in a day across countries, across various financial products. So I started my career with JP Morgan. I was into money markets. What is money markets, guys? Come on. Treasury bills. Have you heard treasury bills? Have you heard about CRR, SLR, repo, reverse repo? Come on. This was my profile, first financial product. Then I moved to SSNC. Over there, my financial product was equity market and bonds. And last but not the least, with BNP Paribas, I was working only in options and swaps and warrants. Warrants are issued by corporates, OTC, and their durations is more than a year or max 1 year. So these are the various financial instruments. There's a company in Pune who is recently hiring students who have knowledge about cryptocurrency. And next 5 years, 10 years, even if you get a job next year or 2 years or next month, after 3 to 5 years, one needs to have knowledge about the future financial instruments, like let's say cryptos or let's say NFTs or what not is gonna come. There are knock options, barrier options, knock in, knockout options, OTC, everything OTC. So these guys trade in various financial instruments. For example, let's say Harshvardhan goes to USA. He opens an account with Chicago Board of Trade. What is Chicago Board of Trade? CBOT, the largest and the biggest option exchange in the world. Options and future derivative exchange. Harshvardhan goes over there and says, I want to buy a derivative. I want to put a bet. Derivative is betting that I feel tomorrow the weather in United States of America would be 15 degrees Celsius. And if it goes above 15 degree, Harshvardhan gets money. If the weather is less than 15 degree, he loses the money. This is OTC, over the counter, weather derivatives. These guys trade in that also. So you need to open your horizon that it's not only about NSE, BSE, Zerodha, Reliance, HDFC, Nifty 50, Sensex. It's beyond. And students are not learning. Worse than that, Indian education system is not getting upgraded. It's still the debit what comes in and the credit what goes out. It's still the depreciation, still the goodwill things. Those can be taught in 1 year, but that remaining 4 years is, and even people like engineers or CAs, there is huge demand. Of course, MBA and graduates are hired the most, but even engineers have a special profiles in few of the investment bank, many of the hedge funds, and even CAs. They are looking for it. Well, a lot of times CAs get bored of getting hired into the big four and doing those tasks which a normal CA does it from last many years. So if someone CA thinks that I want to get into the valuation side or DCF side, or a lot of CAs I have placed into mergers and acquisition, they love those profiles. Then comes reference data. Reference data is something when a new product comes, a new IPO comes. So you set up an instrument, corporate actions. If a dividend happens, what you'll do. If a bonus happens, if a right issue happens, if a merger happens, then a team called KYC, which know your client, know your customer, do the documentation part. Risk legal compliance team takes care about the risk, what an investment bank can face. So you decide bulge bracket, previous slide, bulge bracket, there were 4 more. Okay, now this. Now, if some of you get a job, let's say in JP Morgan, bulge bracket, middle office, then comes one more filter. So if Shiv gets a job in middle office in JP Morgan, and I tell him, Shiv, your client is Japan. So he comes office morning 7:30 because Japan में सुबह अपने से पहले होती है. Since we are working for India, he goes morning 7:30 office. Similarly, Shlok is in same team, but his client is of Italy and France. He goes office as 12:30. different settlement cycle, different products, different front office, different trader, different rules and regulation, different regulator, not SEBI. And Faisal says, my client is US. I will go office at evening 5 o'clock. So you guys have to be flexible. If you want to make a career into this dynamic industry, you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you're from a city, which is maybe a small city, I have huge respect for cities. You have to come to the metro cities. You have to stay alone. So this flexibility allows you to get a job in middle office, back office, reference data, corporate action, KYC, risk and legal. Unless you have done your MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Kolkata, if you try to crack CAT, you can get this profile as well directly. Let me be honest. As I said, I'll talk truth. But I have not done IIMs, so I started with this. Then I moved to this, then I moved to this, and then I went here, and then I left and wanted to start entrepreneurial journey. Can we accept that some of us can't crack CAT? We can't. But does that some of us can't get more than 50% in graduation? There will be someone who have not got 50% in graduation. But can we enter this at a 5 to 10 lakh package as a fresher? The answer is a yes. It's possible. All you need to work is more on financial instruments, financial products, general knowledge, little bit accounting, not the accounting which you have learned. I'll tell you what are hedge funds, and communication, be it verbal, what I'm doing is verbal, and non-verbal as well, which is how do you write an email. Because every day, if you're working for an investment bank, you'll be writing at least 40 to 45 emails minimum. So that is about the profiles. Coming back, I was just saying, so if you're working for a European equities, you'll be either working again a filter, Italian equities, Spanish equities, pharma, petro, energy. If Shlok is working again in Europe, Faisal is working in European equity. One is handling equity, one is handling bonds. Which bonds? Inflation bonds or treasury bonds? Are you guys getting it? Then Rahul says, I'm working in APAC. What is APAC, guys? Asia Pacific. So I was there in APAC handling China, India, Kuala Lumpur, and Pakistan market. Don't get emotional that why the word I said Pakistan, because foreign institutional investors, I hope you know who are foreign institutional investors, the one who invest money from outside to our Indian equity market, they invest in all the countries. Okay, so I was handling HK, which is Hong Kong and Indian equities, and then that I got sectors also. Then in APAC fixed, I used to get Japanese bonds, but I used to only handle JGB, which is Japanese government bonds. You work for 2 years in one organization, say I worked in APAC, Japanese bond JGB at 6 lakh package. After 2 years, you apply in another investment bank and say, I have worked in bonds, now I want to get into equity or options or any other, you are welcome. The hiring is so good and the rehiring is amazing since last 7 years. My wife works for Deutsche Bank. Many of my friends work. We have tie-ups with more than 28 investment banks, and they love to have people who are sincere, knowledgeable. What they expect is not that you should know everything about Japanese bonds, but you should know what are bonds. You should know what are options. You should know what are Greeks, what is delta, gamma, theta, vega, rho, what is volatility, what is historical volatility, what is implied volatility. All these terminologies are needed for you to know. Then only you can create a differentiation, right? Are you guys getting it what I'm trying to say? You tell me on the chat before I go to this very technical slide, maybe Rajat or Vinay or anyone, Bharat. Do you think in next 2 years we are surpassing population of China? Come on a lighter note, I'm asking this question. And do you know this is not scary? You know what is scary? 70% of age group in India right now is in which age group? Whose age group? I'm not saying, guys, stats are saying. It's yours. Someone is writing my. It's yours. Millennials, Generation Z, 18 to 24. इतना gap नहीं है 18 to 65. 18 to 25, 18 to 30 पकड़ लो. 70% of youngsters. Do you think that if one of you goes for an interview 1 month later, and if you're not able to answer one question, How much time it will take for corporate to call the next candidate? How much time it will take for him to say next? Or if you are in his, few seconds, says Ria. Yes says within 1 second. So how can you ensure that he doesn't tell you that? And they don't care. They know how colleges have worked. Guys, after lockdown, corporates are very smart. They know how did Vinay, Bharat, Karthik have cleared their graduation. Don't mind, guys. They know that how you guys have cracked MBA. They know how copy has become a part of our life since COVID. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. How the online education was happening, how the exams were taking care. So all my request is you guys have to study for the corporate. Can I say that a lot of things have changed after COVID? Ria, Rafi, Karthik, can I say a lot of things have changed? A lot of things have changed. But there's one thing which has not changed, and that is the hiring process and the way managers think in the interview. And the interview questions and the grilling of the question has not changed. It's just interview not happening offline, interview happening online like this. All the investment banks are hiring, taking interviews online. 3 days hybrid, 3 days home, 3-day go office. Beautiful life. The interviews have not changed. Rafiq, what I'm trying to say. When I tell me something about yourself, what have you done in last 1 year? If you can't answer that, you're gone. Tell me something about what is a bond. You are a finance student. What is current Dow Jones price? Next, 1 second done. So you have to ask yourself, whatever I've been done, okay, I had a bad career or a bad job or a bad MBA, just keeping all things aside, how can I start fresh from today? How can I live it up to this goal and get into the field of investment banking? You start as a client onboarding, which is a KYC profile if you get. Then in front office, what Rajat is doing is Rajat is executing a trade, buying and selling trades. Karthik in middle office is capturing and confirming the trade. Harshvardhan in back office is doing the cash management and the settlement. And the last profile in back office is cash and position reconciliation. You guys are matching reconciliation with broker reconciliation and your front office reconciliation. Has your front office, who is the trader who has traded in equity or bond, has he booked the trade correctly or not? As a cash and position reconciliation, that would be your job. A Saturday, Sunday off. Apart from this, when I was with BNP, I had a wonderful time. I gave more than everything what I had. There is Baskin Robbins inside. There was CCD, free coffees, free lunches. Got a chance to go to Hong Kong and Paris and China once, and it was an amazing experience. You get 30, 40 leaves in a year. You can take leaves 2 weeks in a year at a stretch, and a great growth. But to enter, you have to study. Are you guys getting it? Next, what will you do? 40% client interaction. When I say client interaction means what? Communication. Either verbal or non-verbal. PPT, PowerPoint, Excel. Guys, basic. You should know how to make a PowerPoint presentation. Basic, if not like the one which I have made. Not a Excel, advanced macro nahi bol raha, VBS nahi bol raha, but a basic Excel. Meetings. And last but not the least, the heart of this, trade analysis. Trade analysis and client interaction is 80%. I give a call, Rajat, hi, I'm the investor. Can you check my equity where why I'm seeing a huge loss today? Ma'am, let me check it. Okay, I'm checking it, ma'am. Equity, okay. Because ma'am, there was a bonus share and that is the reason, or ma'am, this is because of the profit. Ma'am, the markets have crashed. Let me just give you an email. Okay, send me an email, Rajat, in next 2 minutes. Oh, he drafts an email. That's your work. And for that, you need to have knowledge about financial instruments in and out. And that creates a differentiation. Now, if Rajat goes interview with 10 of the people with his college, he will get selected because he knows that what is an investment bank and what is an equity. And corporates hate people who are liars. So you have to be honest, you need knowledge, you need that expertise. What if after 5 years you want to switch to IB? After 5 years, you want to switch from IB. You can go into private equity. There are a lot of private equity firms, corporate finance firms, hedge funds, venture capitalists, or you start your own entrepreneurship journey into the field of core finance. What are hedge funds? Guys, how many of you know what are mutual funds? Now, hedge funds are connected to investment banking. Hedge funds are connected to investment banking. They are slightly regulated. Can I say mutual fund can only invest in equity and bond? They can't invest in derivative, guys. Hedge funds can invest anywhere and everywhere in the world. Wherever they see profit, they invest in Bitcoin, they invest in real estate, they invest in silver mine, gold mine, anywhere in the world. Their job is to give maximum return to their clients. I worked 2.5 years after JP and from anywhere, from investment bank, you can shift to hedge fund. From hedge fund, you can shift to investment bank industry. Because both are intercorrelated. When a buy side analyst and a sell side analyst comes together, that is hedge fund versus investment bank. They are not regulated. They can earn money even if market goes down. Guys, can in mutual fund you earn money if market goes down? In hedge funds, you can. Difference. Are hedge funds in India? The answer is yes. But are anyone is trading more? No. Why? Because of tax system. Same like what is there in crypto, people are scared. Sooner or later, things will get improved. But investors from across the world are investing heavily in hedge fund. There are more than 28 MNCs which are there in India right now who are hedge fund administrators. In Mumbai itself, there are 12, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai. So, and in Ahmedabad. So, it is huge. And they are there since last 10 years. Few days ago, a hedge fund administrator in Pune gave 4 of my graduates 7.5 lakh package. You might say, I don't need to do MBA, but you need to work hard towards it. You have a choice. Next, salary packages. As a fresher, somewhere between 5 to 7 lakhs if you're an MBA. Slowly and gradually within 2 years, you can reach up to 16 lakhs, up to 22 lakhs, or up to 15 to 11 lakhs. But to be giving you a static figure, if you are a graduate, pass out, and if you're looking for a job in next 3 months, you can get somewhere between 4 to 7 lakhs. If you're an MBA, you can get it between 5 to 8 lakhs. Tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 college. I don't care what percentage you have scored. But of course, I want a certificate which shows that you're a graduate or an MBA. It's possible. All you need is knowledge about what all things I've said today. All the 6 strategies which I said today. You start as an analyst, or you start as an associate if you're an MBA, or if you are a graduate, you start as an analyst or a senior analyst. You become, even an MCOM is almost considered like a PG. So you become an AVP, you become a director in next 10 to 15 years, and you have a stake as well. As a graduate or as an MBA, all you need to ask yourself is, what are the inputs which I'm going to work on? Because as a youth, as you guys said, millennials and all those things, everybody likes to become an investment banker. Everybody likes job. Mujhe job chahiye. But these all things are output. For that, what are you doing? Are you studying? Is input. Have you been reading Economic Times? That is an input. Have you read a book called as Rich Dad, Poor Dad? That is an input. So start working on the inputs. What are you learning every day? And that is important. So you grow in your career. You start with an analyst and you reach a AVP in next 4 to 6 years, and it is possible. Going next, what are the skill set needed to be an excellent investment bank? Apart from what I said, you need to have people skills. You need to have sales skills. When I say sales skills, what do I mean? If Siddharam or Nagaraju or Abhinav goes for an interview, what are they selling? What you guys are selling in the interview? Which product? Guys, which product are you selling? Ria. You are selling the biggest instrument in the world, which is yourself. And I'm talking about that selling skills. So what have you done in your MBA? Sir, nothing. It was nice MBA. This is what students say. I've done this, I know this product, I invest, my portfolio is great. Even if you have made 500 rupees into 1000, you can say that I have 100% profit. Nobody will ask you amount, but if your 500 has become 700, wow, you can talk in percentages, you can sell this skill. You need to be a good communicator, you need to be creative, you need to be initiative, and you need to have patience. You need to have that resilience to get into an investment bank. It's a very sophisticated career in the world. As I said, after acting, if there is something which gives you the most money, it's this. The biggest in terms of salary. It's huge. Confidence is a skill. Yes, Sunny. You can get trained and you should learn. Once you get confident, once you know what is equity in and out, if I ask you at night also at 2 o'clock, what is equity, you should have the capability to answer it. Or you keep crying that, oh, my BCom was this, my this was, I would have done that. I got bad percentage in BCom. How would I get a JP Morgan? My college also said, no, you can't get JP Morgan. Apply in Kotak sales profile. I said, no, I'll apply JP Morgan only. I applied on my own, not through college, and I got it 10 years back. That hunger, that courage, that thing, you should have it. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I got rejected more than 8 times in investment bank. And the 9th company was JP Morgan, but it's not, it's important that you guys should understand it is tough, but at the same time, it's doable, it's achievable. And all you need to do is put a effort, because hedge funds and investment banking are growing at a very, very healthy rate. Let me tell you this. Going ahead, how to get into an investment bank. And these are the things which I covered in last 50 minutes. Entry points. You guys need to be excellent in making your profile on LinkedIn, that you are an aspiring investment banker. Put it on LinkedIn. Let the world see what Ria wants, or what Prachi wants, or what Nagaraju wants. Mastering the technical skills, understanding about the markets. How does an equity work? How does a bond work? How does a credit default swap? What is the difference between interest rate swap and cross currency swap? What is this dirty price, clean price in a bond? So all these knowledge, technical knowledge, one should gather, and the knowledge about financial modeling. I hope you might have heard this word, a hot word in finance. You have to learn it. What is DCF valuation? What is NPV? What is internal rate of return? What is free cash flow to firm? FCFF, FCFE. Not only theory, but real balance sheet, keeping models of maybe Nifty or any Sensex stock or any Nifty stock or any Apple or a Dow Jones stock, and doing financial modeling for that stock, predicting, doing a comparative analysis, doing a common size. All these things what I've just said is not covered in any of the MBA tier 2, tier 3 college, and not at all in graduation. I have huge respect. Yes, you'll get the degree. Congratulations. And most of the time MBA students does MBA because nobody fails in MBA, and we love the word degree, but we forget the word skills. And some of the people, students recently I met, they left CA just because they told me, sir, CA khatam hi nahi hota. It's like a web series. But sir, MBA, sir, it's short film. They told me in 2 years I'll be MBA, even if I don't study, sir. Even if I keep my mouth finger like this, I will still be called an MBA, sir. But guys, ask yourself, is it right? 2 years you are same. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you were same. No, nothing. Debit, credit, debit, credit. It was same. Again, 2 years you're doing same. Then you go to corporate saying I'm an MBA. You go with a blazer, and even if you're not able to carry it as well, and then you say, okay, I'm an MBA. Okay, tell me 2 things have you learned in MBA? What have you done in internship? Tell me how does a credit default swap works? Tell me what happened with Lehman Brothers in detail. How did that 2008-9 financial crisis happen? Why did Ukraine, Russia is having a problem right now? Why in 2020, oil, the price of oil went in negative? Do you know that? Biggest case study. Do you know oil prices went negative? Any 387 of you know this? That means you take the oil, Faisal, from me and I will pay you money. Are you getting it? Faisal, take the money from me and take oil also. Price was in negative. You will expect such questions during COVID. It was there during COVID. And then you have that stability in your career, and then you enter into the world of investment banking or hedge fund, and then you get, okay, this is level 1 of stability. And then I move ahead after 2 years, maybe a switch. Are you the generation who will work in one organization for next 20 years? My dad has worked in one organization for 32 years, and some of your parents might have also worked more than 10 years. Our parents were different altogether. They were generation X. I'm Y, you are Z. Y and Z are danger. They can't work more than 2 through 3 years. मैंने तो भी कर लिया 7 साल. You guys will switch jobs in 6 months, I feel. You are the ones who like only 30-second reels. 4 मिनट का वीडियो नहीं देखते आप लोग. See, Faisal is laughing, but we love 30-second reel only. So you guys have to study, and career is not a 30-second reel. It's a big web series, and you have to plan it well, and it's never ending. Even if you get a job in next 3 months, you have to keep studying. You have to keep getting upgraded with various financial products. What's happening in the market, and that is finance. I feel bad because in 2008, 9, 10, this was not the case while we guys were doing MBA. But since last COVID and since last 5 years, especially finance, everyone wants to do finance, but no one knows what to do in finance. What to do? What are you doing in finance? Sir, finance. What in MBA in finance? Sir, finance. But what in finance? Sir, finance. It's rubbish. I don't say it's only your mistake. It's the environment, and I blame the system. But now I think it's time has come for you to understand that you need to have knowledge about financial instruments, and that is must. Now you ask anyone who is working in investment bank, you reach out to someone on LinkedIn, ask that person, what do you think the interview demands? And he will tell you only one word: knowledge about financial instrument. Trust me on that. You can cross check. Next, do you really want to be an investment banker? I'll take the questions, Rajat, in 2 minutes. Guys, don't type anything on chat. I mean the questions. Do you really want to be an investment banker? You need knowledge and you need to be in action. Now I ask you a question. How many of you have seen Sandeep Maheshwari's video once in your life? I have done it. Me. Okay. Now I'll ask you one more question. Let's talk truth. The truth begins. Sach ka samna, Abhinav. Abhinav is like, shit, gaya. And the question is, for example, if Abhinav has watched the video at 5 to 6 o'clock, एक घंटे का एक video देखा from evening 5 to 6, okay? Of what happens at 7 o'clock? All of you are Abhinav. 5 to 6 video dekha. What happens at 7 o'clock? Be honest. Don't make me happy, or don't make yourself fake happy. Fake ke liye Insta hai. What happens at 7 o'clock? What's your mind? Someone is writing back to normal. Whew. So can I expect same thing will happen in over here as well? Back to normal. Forget what you learn. Chal raha hai, chalne do, sir. Everything back to normal. We are the same one, sir. हमें बुरा ही नहीं लगता, sir. आप बोल लो. घर पे भी गाली मिलती है, आप भी थोड़ा बोल लो. It's fine, sir. So why? Chill karenge. See, I'm glad that you guys are honest. But all I want to tell you guys is, if you really have said yes right now for you to become an investment banker, you need to be in an environment. As you said, you want to become a cricketer. Can I tell you that from tomorrow you'll play IPL? It's the same thing. What do you need? If you want to play IPL, you're an aspiring cricketer. As I said, you're an aspiring investment bank. Very good. Rafiq says you need practice. You need skills, you need consistency, you need preparation, You need coaching, you need this, you need that, and what not people are typing on the chat. Dedication, focus, commitment, coach, techniques, skills, focus, commitment. And for that, you need to stay in an environment for at least some time. Knowledge, very good, Chetan. You need knowledge. And with that, I can offer you all that thing if you guys are prepared to understand it. There are a lot of layers in this, which I'll try to cover. Make sure you understand. And I want that I take less doubts. So guys, please pay attention for next 5 minutes. And we have been doing this since last 4 years. More than 10,000 students have got placements through us in past 4 years. We have this batch 4 times in a year, and we are coming up with our final batch of the year. Certification program in investment banking, which comes with financial modeling also. So you get 2 certifications, investment banking and financial modeling. In depth, you'll be learning how does equity work, how does bond work, how does dirty price, clean price, convertible bonds, how does money market work, what are forwards, what are futures, what are options, what are various option strategies, what is intrinsic value, what is trade position, reconciliation, settlement concept. What will you do if you get a chance to work with JP Morgan or HC Global? How will you work? What is a trade life cycle? Detailed about corporate action, mergers, bonus, split, static data, and detailed financial modeling. 12 modules, live training, 45 hours plus online training live with 12 modules and experiential learning experience, in-depth knowledge about the industry trainers. I'll be one of the trainers in this. More than 60% of the content I will cover, 30% would be covered from people who are there in industry. A person from Nomura will come and take a lecture. A person from JP Morgan will come and take the lecture. And those are the ones who will later on be your people who will take your final interviews also, because we have tie-ups with more than 38 investment bank and hedge fund companies, a formal MOU signed, and every 3 months we have a placement drive at Magic Institute of Excellence. We have a next drive coming in the month of November end. After that, we have a drive coming in the month of March. So you have to decide which of the month you're looking for placement. And these are non-sales profile. The profiles which I just covered, all those are core finance profiles. You can check it out on our social media as well. Certification number 3, certification in hedge funds, which comes with certification in investment banking and financial modeling. So total of this is again 20 hours. Total program, all 3 certifications, certification in hedge fund, certification in investment bank, certification in financial modeling, all 3 will go around 80 hours, 80, including 70 hours of technical training and 10 hours of special training, which I'll just cover. In this hedge fund, you'll be learning about delta, gamma, theta, vega, rho. You'll be learning all the swaps, interest rate swap, cross currency swap, total return swap, credit default swap. You'll be learning about how do you calculate net asset value. You will be also seeing live trading. How does a derivative gets traded? So that is in hedge funds. And you'll be getting industry readiness program. Sir, I'm the one जो मुझे आता सब है पर मैं बोल नहीं पाता. Sir, I know a lot of things, but I can't talk. This is for you, which is included 10-12 hours of special training. How do you build your personal brand on LinkedIn? When your CVs go to the corporate, most of the corporate first they go on LinkedIn and they check, okay, Ria Malik, okay, is she there on LinkedIn? Let me see her profile. We'll help you to brand it. How do you build connections? How do you make your personal brand on LinkedIn? How do you give interviews online? If Shlok is sitting in the same environment, how will he communicate with the interviewer? What all things he needs to know, what all things he needs to wear, what all things he needs to talk, his background, his language, his body movements, everything in the meeting. How can be cool, calm, and with no nervousness at all? These are the small things which are covered into this. You can do Shafat, I'll come to that. How to make CVs. Students make this as disaster. So we'll give you our format, how to write, what is ATS system, what does HR sees in that ATS system, and what HRs look in 3 seconds. They check your CV, in 3 seconds, they come to know who are you. And that science will be taught by someone who has done psychologist as well. Last, before playing the IPL match, which is before you going for the final placement, before the company drive will come in December or Feb, there will be a Ranji Trophy practice match. Mere saath, mock interviews. My team will judge you, will make you cry, will tell you where or Karthik made mistake, so you don't make mistake further. Are you guys getting it? Importance of mock interviews. And last but not the least, 100-mark test MCQ, which most of the company takes as their first round. After this, the interview start, and that is called FAT, Financial Aptitude Test. We'll be covering this as well. Once all this is done, your final placements will start in more than 28 to 38 companies, pan India. Wherever you stay, you have to come to the cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, Chennai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad. These are the 6 or 7 cities where there are jobs available. For graduates, 4 to 7 lakhs. For MBA, 5 to 8 lakhs. मुझे झूठ नहीं बोलना, 12 lakh, 15 lakh लगेगा, and these are fixed packages. Colleges will tell you 12 lakh package, उसमें रहेगा 5 lakh fixed, 7 lakh variable. I'm not that one. Finance student, nobody gets variable. It is fixed package. We are not marketing or HR people. So that is financial aptitude test. Recently, my people got placed in these all companies. The list is huge: JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, HC Global, Nomura, InSync, ICICI Investment Banking Division, Visible Alpha, Trafigura, which gives more than 8 lakh package to people in Mumbai, Line Data, HC Global, Credence, State Street in the South area, Citco in Hyderabad, which pays amazing. So BNP Paribas in Chennai, Bangalore, and Mumbai. So they pay also heavily. And you have a chance to work in a, as a package for CA fresher is between 8.5 to 11 lakhs, Sanjay. We have students and we have footprints from more than 55 cities: Mumbai, Pune, Thane, Bangalore, Faridabad, Delhi, Satara, Roha, Jhansi, Jodhpur. Students joining our program. Every batch is of more than 200 plus students divided into 2 or 3 divisions: Delhi, Durgapur, Yatmal, Roha, Shimoga. We have people from Nagaland, Malegaon as well. So we have this strong pan-India presence where students who have never thought of working into the field of investment banking, we are giving that opportunity because colleges or the education system is not able to give to them. But I require your commitment as well in this, because without you, no one will be possible. If you are saying that if I do this course, just give me a certificate, it would be done. Equal commitment is required. I'll make your life hell. It will be like a school. There'll be homework. I need to teach you, because when you go, it's not a joke, because there'll be proper career made. So if you are the person who really wants to learn, study, grow, and get a job between 5 to 8 lakh package, sure shot. That is my guarantee. If you give me guarantee that you'll be a good student attending my lectures, let's game for it. In recent batches, Siddhi, one of my brightest students, since day one, she was saying where I will be getting placement. Siddhi is a graduate. If you don't trust, copy the name, put it on LinkedIn, have a word with her. I really don't care. The list is huge. And we are not the ones, you can check Google reviews, anything. Siddhi is from Goa. She is just a graduate. Last week she got placed. 10th October is her joining with Rahul, who was from Chhattisgarh. Both of them have got placed in InnoCap Hedgemark, which is a firm in Pune and Chennai. And they've, as a graduate, have got 7 lakh. Siddhi is just a graduate, not a MBA. 7 lakh fixed. Her profile is into risk management, middle office, and derivatives. One of the brightest student. Her attendance was more than 70%. These things which I expect. Pooja from Panvel in Mumbai, an MBA fresher and a graduate, has got a job in Mumbai itself in one of the hedge funds at 4 lakhs. So the ranges is between 4 to 8 lakhs. BNP Paribas, French bank, got a 3.5 lakh fix plus 2 lakh incentive, which is variable, comes to around 5 lakh. He was also from Goa, Hussain. Saurabh Badodla, he's from Dehradun. So people are from North. He has done his MBA working at a 7 lakh package. His college was a tier 5, tier 6 college. I've not even heard the name of that MBA college. Maybe there were hardly 5 to 8 students in that college. Corporate didn't matter. They wanted a person who has done MBA or a graduate. He was an MBA. They had given a list of questions to me. My job is to make Saurabh ready for that. He was ready. He was attentive in the lectures and he cracked the interview. You can ask him as well if you want to. And we have Shantanu, whose dad is from Kargil and he comes from a military background. And as a graduate, he cracked more than 4 lakh in a hedge fund called as Citco in Pune, core finance profile. These are my last batch students, guys. Mansi Alashi, 6.16 lakh in Bhivandi. Bhivandi, if you type an area in Pune, it's kind of a slum area and she cracked it. And now she's going job in Kurla, which is one of the BKC prominent areas. Done her MBA from a worst college in Mumbai. You can check it out. But she got 6.16 in a company called as Enfusion. They are a small investment boutique firm. And as I said, boutique firms pays you a little more. And this is one of my favorite. Anjali from Nagaland, from Mizoram, Nagaland, got 3.5 lakh package. But she got a brand. As I said, brand versus both were MBA. One choose 3.5, one choose 6. One has a brand, one has a regional boutique. Both profiles rock solid. After 2 years, both will be close to 10 lakhs. It's up to you. Do you want to be a part of? From Nagaland, she has come to Mumbai to work. She would have never thought that from Nagaland, she would have come here. So people, even if from a small city, it's possible. And that's my wall of fame. And we have Forum Thakkar, chartered accountant. There was some chartered accountant as well on the chat asking me. She got 9 lakh package in Aranka and her profile is into equity research and analytics. It's one of the brilliant profiles she has got with Aranka Research. At 9 lakh, CA fresher. And Dhwani, again, a CA fresher who got 9 lakh in an investment bank called as Morgan Stanley. Last but not the least, we have student who got placed from Kanpur and Kerala as well, 6.16 and at 5 lakh with Shraddha. One is Citco and one is Enfusion. Both are MBA students. So one is from Kerala, sorry for the spelling, and one is from Kanpur. So diverse location everywhere, and Sandeep Jatarkar, Pune location as well. Riddesh from Mumbai, and the list is huge. And we have trained more than 10,000. So if you see Nivedita, he's from Chennai. If people are from Chennai, Nivedita is from Chennai, got into SocGen, which is Society General, and the list is huge. BNP Paribas Jyoti, who is right now with Trafigura, she switched jobs. Even in later, if you want to switch jobs, we are there to support you as well, because the group doesn't get dissolved. So who are the trainers? I'll be one of the trainers, and I hope you have liked me in past one and a half hour. So I can bet on that. So have 10 years of experience, 20,000 student, more than 2,000 student have got placement in last 3 years. Our placement track record is 99%. In every batch, there are 2 to 5 students who don't want jobs only, or they just do it for degree, and I can't help it. So if you're not amongst them, you you can be a part of it. Piyush Pandey, who has worked with companies like CRISIL and CARE, is a part of this as well. We have Dr. Chirag Shah, who has done his PhD into the field of derivatives. For financial modeling, you have Jyoti Nair, who has done his doctorate, and she would be covering financial modeling and valuation expert. We have Divyang Limbachia, who is from JP Morgan, worked earlier with Nomura S&P Global, which is in Ahmedabad, and Edelweiss as well. Prathamesh Welling, the one who introduced you, he is the master of communication skill. He's the master of how do you crack your mock interviews, and he'll help you to find your strengths and weaknesses as well. Remember, in an interview, a question is asked to you, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you see yourself after 5 years? Ria, why should I hire you? Such type of HR, difficult, complicated, manipulative questions asked by HR in the final round when your salary is decided, I think he will be the right one to help you that how do you crack such interviews. Bhuvaneshwari is a TIS alumni and who will be taking care again on little bit on communication, with Isha Narvekar coming and helping you. How do you make your LinkedIn profile strong? So we want to make you ready 360-degree, not for your first job, but for your overall career. Okay. I know all 350 of you are curious to know what are the fees, but we follow certain systems. So what you will get: certification program in investment banking, certification program in hedge funds, certification program in financial modeling, interview readiness program, which will cover your mock interview, financial aptitude test, and general aptitude test. So far clear? Who can apply? MBA finance students, pass out or pursuing, commerce grads directly you want job. I don't want to go for an MBA. Engineers who want to pursue their career in finance. Guys, you should have little interest towards the word finance, especially to engineers. And working professionals and chartered accountants as well, who you guys can apply. All right. If you're looking for switch, if you're working with an ICICI bank, wants to get into investment bank, working professional, you've done your graduation 5 years back, you are welcome. And CAs as well. And even BSc IT student, any graduate is perfectly fine. Now there are 4 types of program structures. Now I don't want to make it more complicated. So 4 type of program structure. Let me explain one by one. I'll take the doubts in next 5 minutes, Ritvik. Let me explain you what are the 4 types of structures which we have. Let me start with first. It's a live online program, flagship. This is our flagship program, and we are launching our batch 12, and we have already got more than 50 registration in this in past 1 month. It would be on Zoom live, the way I'm teaching you right now, every Thursday and Sunday. This batch is starting in next 45 to 60 days. So if you want to be a part of it, this is one where you'll be getting 3 certification: investment bank, hedge fund, financial modeling. Lecture would be taken live, and 100% placement would be taken care by us for more than 30 companies where you apply, and when the placement drive will happen in the month of Jan or Feb. So people who are looking to get placed in the month of December and Jan Feb, and you're looking for online, which is live lecture, the way I'm doing, every Thursday and every Sunday evening lectures. That is one. Number 2, self-paced learning, pre-recorded lectures. You will get placements in next 1 month. Are there any students? So you take the recorded lectures tomorrow. Start with 2 Fridays in a month will be doubt solving lectures like this on Zoom, but the whole content would be given to you on a self-paced learning, the same lectures which I'll be covering on live online. So if someone of you feel that I have an office, I can't manage time, I want to watch the video only at night, so I would go for this. Third, offline classroom training, which will be happening only in Mumbai and Pune, and this would be starting next year. And if students, so this would be, if you want to dedicate your full day, full months, this is the offline program. Last but not the least, we have an integrated MBA program as well. People who have given CET this year or people who want to give CET next year can apply for this. It's a 2-year MBA program integrated with investment banking and hedge funds. So To cut short, we have a live online program which starts in next 45 to 50 days. Self-paced learning, it can start anytime, and you can be a part of the placement in next 1 month. Offline classroom, and then last is an MBA integrated program. In this all 4 formats, guys, there is a eligibility criteria, and I want only students who are interested, who are really keen to know, and I need to judge a couple of areas: your background, where are you from, your percentages, it doesn't matter. And plus, I also need to know how good is your communication, how is your verbal, non-verbal, what's your background, your paying capacity, how will you go about it? Will offline be better for you or online? We would love to do that. And we would be revealing the price in the counseling only, because we just won't want to reveal the price on an open forum. We want to only tell the students who are keen to understand this and have a one-on-one mentorship with me today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So you would be having a counseling slot booked where you can ask any of the questions with regarding to course or with regarding to which format should you choose. And I don't want any one of you to make the decision right now. Maybe have a conversation, may get that time, because I want to see how many of you don't forget me as you forget Sandeep Maheshwari in 1 hour. And those are the real students who are interested and who are really looking forward. All right, so we'll be pasting a link right now on the chats, which is a counseling link, which starts today at 4 o'clock, guys. So in that counseling, you have to come one-on-one, and one of our counselor, or including me, would be talking to you about the fee structure in that. So we'd be sharing the fee structure and the eligibility criteria in the counseling once you book this. And we can take any of your doubts, whichever you want to in that. Because I don't want you, if I just tell you the fees or if I just tell you the structure, I don't want you to get confused. I don't want you to get have a communication barrier. So these are the 3 certifications which I just covered: investment banking, hedge funds, and financial modeling. You can take it online, you can take it self-paced as well. Self-paced, if you're starting from tomorrow or this week, within a month, you are eligible for the placements if you finish all the recordings and the necessary test and the mock interview. Immediate. And then there are people who only wants, let me go for live only. So you can opt for live and the offline, which is starting next year. I'm an engineer working with ICICI Bank. Want to know? Yes, you're eligible. If you're an engineer pass out, you are eligible. Pranshu, you can book the counseling slot at 4 p.m., 4:15 p.m. Can you take out 15 minutes for yourself to understand it more better? Or do you want me to be just typical and just say the fees? Because I want to understand you more, and I don't want you to make any further wrong decision in your career, which we all have made so many times. Thank you, Pranshu. So it would be as a financial analyst, Galaxy J8. MCOM Power students between 4.5 to 6 lakh. One of my student Renu Mishra is an MCOM working with Infusion at 6 lakh. So yes, MCOM students, you have eligibility as well. Package Galaxy would be between 6 to 8 lakhs. Distance MB has no value. We'll be treating you as graduate only, but don't worry on that part. But so placement drive, everyone can apply for the placement, even if you are not from yes, Somik, we can try for it, but I can't commit. Thank you, Ria. See you at 6 p.m. Graduation is from distance education, sir, not MBA. I need to see your degree and certificate, Vasif. I can cross check with my team who are into academics. If you can just keep it handy when we do a Zoom call one-on-one. If I am in your panel, then absolutely, Harshvardhan, you can book it and we can discuss and you can then take the decision. Yes, Kunal, you can. If you have passion and interest towards learning finance, you can. Yes, Ritvik, you are eligible for this since you have done BCA. There'll be no problem in future unless and until you lose interest in the world of finance. BMS, yes, specialization doesn't matter. Even if you're from a different specialization, you opt for this program. It has a lot of value in the market, not only in India, but internationally as well. Yes, Shweta, you can break out in next couple of years. Yes, Tushar, you can. You can join now, I think, since you're in a last semester coming up, I think. It doesn't require maths, guys. NISM certification, those who have completed, yes, it's an added advantage. Good job on that. Maths se daro mat. It's more of analytical skill required, analysis of financial statement. How does an equity work? We'll teach you with logic, formulas, analysis, case studies. There'll be 2008-9 financial case study. There will be Ukraine-Russia case study as well. Yes, Gudipu, you can. Just need to finish this 3-month of online program and you will be eligible. Muskan, that is okay. Anushka, yes, you are eligible because you have a dual specialization with finance in it. I think it won't be any problem. FRM, very good, Darshan, if you are planning to do. But I think your first job is should get a good job into the field of investment banking. And then after a couple of years of experience, I think you should go for FRM. CMA is good, Vinay. I think a lot of CMA students of mine have done it. I think with MCOM CMA, I think you are eligible. Soon, Chetan. MBA specialization, someone is writing. IT field, I think you can get a good, decent job if you have a good amount of Java knowledge with a knowledge of finance. You can do it, Arman, just for knowledge since you're in 12th. I can assure you a nice life project if you're very serious about it. But the job, of course, you'll get after you clear your graduation. BTech Agriculture Engineering, I think doesn't make difference if you're a graduated. BCom exams are done, result is pending, no problem. I think within couple of months, the result will come. Guys, try to book the slots. Slots are limited and people are more than 300. CA is fine. Course will start from beginning only. So the live online lectures, which is live, where people are messaging me more on the live online, the way we are doing it, every Thursday evening, 7:30 to 9:30, we'll be meeting like this live, and Sunday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. live. And you'll have access to the recordings for next 1 year, even the live students. People who want only recording, there's a difference. Guys, fees is not huge, so don't panic on that part. Come for the counseling and I'll brief you on that. Let me know how serious you are. Next live batch, I can tell you the date. It starts on 4th of December. And the registrations have started for more than 40-50 students have been done. It would be a batch of close to 100-150 per division. Counseling time is 15 to 20 minutes. Join on time once you have booked it at 4 o'clock. We have placement in Gurgaon and Noida as well. We have more than 5 placement, Akash. So as I was mentioning, Visible Alpha in the photo, they have Mumbai and Noida both. So yeah, there are many companies. You have to join 1 minute before your time. There are many students, Prathamesh, are not able to book the slots. Can you give them Wednesday slots? Guys, there is a small test which would be conducted now. Prathamesh, is there a test? Right.
Yes, there is a financial aptitude test.
Guys, there is a test now for you to be eligible for the participation certificate. So offline will be there in Mumbai next year. We'll brief you on that in the counseling. And we'll brief you on the fees of all the 4. What is for recorded, what is for live, what is for offline, and what is for MBA if people are planning. Prathamesh will give a new link as well. It's perfectly okay, Selva, if you don't know anything of finance. The lectures, the way I started today with history of investment banking, with each financial product which I would be teaching you, be it equity or bond or something, you guys would be learning from scratch. From basic, it would be covered. Yes, Ria, if you give the test, which Prathamesh will start in next 5-7 minutes.
Okay, guys, Vishal, just excuse me. People who are facing challenges with respect to link, booking your slots, don't worry, it happens, right? It's a technical world. So what I want you guys to do is just ping a hi on this number, save this number, right? It belongs to our CRM goal. So just save this number and say, I want to book a counseling slot. That's all you need to do. And you will be sent a different link altogether. Sometimes it happens that, maybe the slots are full. That's the reason you're not able to go ahead, because we had limited slots. We had about 70 slots only. But what I want you guys to do is save this number as I've given here. I can repeat it also. It's 9920 395294. I'm pasting it in the chat window. I just save this number and drop a message onto this, and within an hour's time, we will be sending you the link on your WhatsApp number, and then you can go ahead and book the slot again. So it happens sometimes, very rarely, but yeah. Yes, Vishal, you can continue.
Guys, any more questions do you have, or should we start with the test? Yes, I need to see it. Yes, Vasif. Yes, you are eligible, and there are companies, Ranbir, who are hiring on 1st May joining also, but you can give interviews this year. So if people are graduating or getting MBA pass out next year, I think December 4th is the right batch for you guys. Yes, Ramesh, you can. Yes, Prathamesh, you can start the test.
All right, perfect.
Kunal will tell you in the counseling, if you don't mind, if you can spend more 15 minutes, if you really care for your career. As I said, this is not a reel that I will give you everything today. I want to see how many of you are serious to come and talk about your career and your counseling as well. Fees is affordable, guys. So have that faith on the content and the company. All right, that's it from my side. Prathamesh will take over from you. It was wonderful interacting with you all. Thank you, guys. Give the test. It's a 10-question test. All the best. Make sure you score all 10.
Vishal, can you stop the sharing? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure it was a wonderful session. And to earn the certificate of participation, you have to give a small test, right? A small assessment test, which will help us indicate about what you have learned in these 2 hours, right? So I'm sure there was a lot of content which is gone ahead, and that will help you. So this is the assessment test. Just first click on the link and tell me whether you can open that or not, whether it is opening or not at your end. Rishabh, to answer your question very short, it depends on your time management skill, whether you are at the end of the day able to find time for your family or not. It has nothing to do with the career. It has to do with all the inefficiency which people have and the skills which they do not acquire in the process. It has nothing to do with iBanking, banking, or any of the fields. Ladies and gentlemen, assessment test link for the certificate of participation right into the chat box. Please go ahead. Only people who will be completing this assessment test are eligible for a certificate of participation. And also, it will take around 3 to 4 working days for the certificates to reach you. So please have patience. It will be in your inbox in 3 to 4 working days. Those people who are not, Supriya, if you are not able to book the counseling slot, maybe the slots are over. So what you can do is you can drop a WhatsApp on this number. Isha, please paste the WhatsApp number quickly. You can drop a WhatsApp on this particular number saying that I want to register, and in an hour you will get a new link so that you can go ahead and complete that. is the support number. You can save it as MI support, or you can also, this number is generally handled by one of our teammate whose name is Nancy. If by any chance, if you're not able to book the counseling slots on the given link, then maybe the slots are full, just go ahead and drop a WhatsApp saying that I want a counseling, and you will be sent a different link where you can book your counseling for. Very nice. Vijay Kumar has completed the test. The test will get closed exactly at 1:05. So you have 5 more minutes to give the test. Make sure that you are religiously answering all the questions well, and the certificate of participation, you will be eligible for the same. You are eligible for the same after the test, but as you will get the certificates in your inbox in 3 to 4 working days. Thank you, Vijay. All right, those who are done with the test, can you tell me how was your experience in 1, 2 or 3 words, or 1 line or 1 word probably? How was your experience in today's session? What is that one thing you have, you loved the most about today's session? What is it? Come on. People who have done before exiting the room, please tell me. Ankit Bhagat is saying excellent, loved it. Thank you, Ankit. Chetan Mali is saying excellent, sir. Thank you, Chetan. Please ensure you're giving the test and then probably giving me the compliment. Completed the state. Good, Yugandhara. Yugandhara is saying good one. Thank you. Raveen is saying enjoyed the exam. Wow. First time you attended a webinar of IB. Thank you. Utkarsh Agarwal, tremendous. Thanks. Knowledgeable, excellent, knowledgeable. Clarity to our growth. Thank you, Nikhil. You can type on the everyone also so that people can see. Kushbu saying fruitful session. Thank you, Kushbu. And yes, regarding your doubt, I have already reverted to you that we will guide you in developing your language as well. So don't worry. Come for understanding and Vishal. Thank you, Nikhil. Sheikh is saying platform to be learned for. Thank you. Harshan is saying don't have any knowledge about IB, but now I know that a little bit of what IB and how it works. Brilliant. So generally जब investment banking बोलते हैं तो people feel कि जो banks invest करते हैं उनको investment banking बोलते हैं, but ऐसा नहीं होता. The 3 categories of banks. Right. Amazing webinar. Thank you. The test is done. It was great. Thank you. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have 4 more minutes to finish this particular test. Ladies and gentlemen, MI in past 5 years have trained more than 30,000 students across 55 cities. They have helped to become normal students great investment bankers. They have helped a lot of students to get clarity about their career, and that is what our goal and our mission is, to help people get clarity about their career so that they can go ahead and pursue a fantastic one. We keep conducting a lot of our webinars which are free, which you can come and attend and probably uplift your knowledge portfolio, and that will actually help you to take your career with a clarity and to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, it was fantastic interacting with you. The crowd was probably more than 35 cities, and it is awesome to see across India, people are coming down on a Sunday morning. Now, all of you are hungry, including me. So it's going to have a lovely lunch at your home, and going further, book your counseling slot so that you can have a nice interaction with our experts, and they will help you understand whether this career is in for you or not. If it is not, they will tell you upfront, ये आपके लिए नहीं है, आप इसको मत कीजिएगा. ठीक है? We are well known for having the most cost-effective program in the field of investment banking, and the corporates are tremendously happy with us for giving them the right manpower to our mentoring and coaching program. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Prathamesh Welling signing off. Thank you for attending one. Thank you. Until we meet next. Cheers.